Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered if you're truly on the right path in life? Do you feel like there's something more out there for you, but you're not sure how to find it? Well, you're not alone. Steve Harvey, one of the most successful figures in entertainment today, went through years of uncertainty, struggle, and self-doubt before he found his true calling. In this speech, we'll explore how Steve Harvey navigated his own journey of self-discovery and how you can apply the same principles to find your own purpose. The truth is, success doesn't come from following someone else's blueprint. It comes from tapping into your own potential and finding what truly drives you. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could change the course of your life forever. You won't want to miss this as we break down the steps that led Steve Harvey to his calling and how you can use them to unlock your own path to success. The first step in Steve Harvey's journey toward finding his true calling was understanding the power of discovering what he was truly meant to do. Many people go through life simply following the path that's expected of them, doing what others tell them they should do, or trying to meet societal standards of success. But Steve Harvey's story is proof that true fulfillment comes from identifying your passion and pursuing what truly excites and motivates you. For Harvey, this discovery didn't come easily or immediately. Like many people, he spent years trying different things, taking on jobs and testing various opportunities to see what worked. He wasn't always sure of what his true calling was, but he knew that the traditional routes he was taking weren't satisfying him. He worked as a shoe salesman, a mailman, and even a stand-up comedian. But it wasn't until he embraced his passion for comedy that he began to feel a sense of purpose. Harvey's breakthrough came when he stopped trying to force himself into a mold and allowed himself to explore his true interest. The key takeaway here is that finding your true calling often involves experimentation and self-reflection. You don't always know right away what you're meant to do, but through trial and error, you'll begin to uncover the areas where your talents and passions align. The process of discovering your true calling requires patience and persistence. Steve Harvey faced many obstacles and rejections along the way, but he never gave up on the idea that there was something greater for him to do. He continued to follow his passion for comedy, even when it seemed like success was out of reach. He didn't have an immediate breakthrough, but he kept pushing forward, honing his craft, and learning from every experience. What Harvey teaches us is that success doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey that requires dedication, hard work, and most importantly, a willingness to listen to your inner voice. Finding your true calling is about more than just identifying a career path. It's about discovering what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. It's about understanding that your purpose isn't something that can be dictated by others, but something that's uniquely yours. Steve Harvey's story shows that when you're aligned with your passion and purpose, everything else falls into place. Success isn't about following a predetermined path. It's about listening to your heart, taking risks, and staying committed to the journey of self-discovery. Ultimately, the key to finding your true calling is to trust the process and remain open to the possibilities. You may not have all the answers right now, and that's okay. Steve Harvey's journey proves that sometimes the road to discovering your purpose is filled with uncertainty, but it's through that uncertainty that we find our true path. So, if you're feeling lost or unsure of where you're headed, remember that it's okay to take time to explore, experiment, and trust that the right opportunities will reveal themselves when you stay true to who you are. Steve Harvey's journey to finding his true calling was not a smooth, linear path. In fact, it was filled with challenges, struggles, and setbacks that might have caused many to give up. But one of the most powerful lessons Harvey teaches us is the importance of embracing struggle as an integral part of the journey. Struggle is often seen as something to avoid, something negative. But Steve's story reveals that it is through struggle that we grow and learn the most valuable lessons. The hardships we face are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones that shape us into the person we need to become in order to achieve success. When Steve Harvey was starting out, he faced countless rejections. He was told he wasn't funny enough to make it as a comedian. He was homeless for a time, struggling to find his footing in the entertainment world. These struggles could have easily crushed his spirit, but instead Harvey used them as fuel to push forward. He didn't see his hardships as permanent obstacles, but as temporary challenges that were part of the larger process of achieving his dreams. Harvey's ability to persevere through these difficult times is a key element of his success. Rather than letting failure define him, he allowed it to teach him, to mold him, and to push him closer to his true calling. Embracing struggle means understanding that the road to success is rarely easy. It requires resilience and a mindset that views failure as a lesson rather than a defeat. Steve Harvey emphasizes that the most successful people are not those who avoid struggle, but those who face it head on and use it as an opportunity for growth. The key is to shift your perspective on failure. Instead of seeing it as something to fear or avoid, see it as an essential part of the journey. Each failure brings you closer to understanding what works and what doesn't, and each setback provides valuable insight into how you can move forward. Steve's message is clear. If you want to find your true calling, you must be willing to embrace struggle. The challenges you face are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They are part of the process that will ultimately lead you to success. The struggle will test your commitment, but it will also strengthen your character. It will teach you to be resourceful, to think creatively, and to stay focused on your goals despite the obstacles in your way. Harvey's own experiences show that success is not about avoiding struggle, but about learning to navigate it with resilience and determination. Furthermore, embracing struggle requires patience. It's easy to become frustrated when things aren't going according to plan, but success often takes longer than we expect. The key is to remain persistent and keep moving forward, even when the path ahead is unclear. Steve Harvey's story teaches us that it's not about how quickly we reach our goals, but about how we respond to the struggles we face along the way. The journey may be long, but with each challenge we grow stronger and more prepared for the success that lies ahead. In the end, embracing struggle is not just about enduring hardships. It's about using those hardships as stepping stones toward a greater future. It's about realizing that the difficult times are what shape us, what teach us, and what ultimately lead us to our true calling. Steve Harvey's success was not handed to him. It was earned through years of perseverance, resilience, and a willingness to face challenges head on. If you can embrace your own struggles with the same mindset, you too can find your true calling and achieve the success you desire. One of the most significant factors in Steve Harvey's journey to discovering his true calling was his unwavering belief in himself. In a world where doubt and negativity often dominate, it can be difficult to maintain confidence, especially when facing rejection and setbacks. Yet throughout his journey, Steve Harvey demonstrated that self-belief is the cornerstone of success. Despite facing countless obstacles, including homelessness and numerous rejections from the entertainment industry, Harvey's unshakable belief in his own potential allowed him to keep moving forward when others might have given up. Believing in yourself, especially when the world around you doesn't seem to support you, is one of the most powerful tools you can have. Harvey's story is a testament to the fact that success doesn't come from external validation, it comes from within. No matter how many doors were slammed in his face or how many people doubted his abilities, Harvey never stopped believing that he was destined for something greater. It wasn't about waiting for someone else to give him permission to succeed. It was about knowing deep down that he had what it took to make his dreams a reality. The power of self-belief lies in its ability to keep you going when the road gets tough. There will be moments in your life when you question your abilities, when you wonder if you're on the right path, and when it feels like everything is working against you. It's during these times that self-belief becomes crucial. When you believe in yourself, you have the strength to push through the difficult moments, to continue working toward your goals, even when the results aren't immediate, and to remain resilient in the face of adversity. Steve Harvey's ability to keep going, even when things seemed hopeless, was rooted in his deep belief that he was meant for success. This belief also fuels your perseverance. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it's easy to get discouraged when progress seems slow. But self-belief gives you the fortitude to keep going, even when the rewards aren't immediately apparent. Harvey's career didn't take off instantly. He faced years of struggle, but his belief in his own potential kept him focused on his goals and motivated him to keep working, even when the odds were stacked against him. He understood that success wasn't a matter of if, but when. If he kept believing in himself and kept pushing forward. Believing in yourself also means trusting your instincts and staying true to your vision. In a world where people are quick to offer advice or tell you what you should do, it's easy to lose sight of your own path. But Steve Harvey's story teaches us that the most successful people are those who trust their own judgment and follow their own intuition. He didn't let others' opinions sway him from his vision, and that unwavering self-belief allowed him to carve out a unique path that led to his true calling. Finally, believing in yourself means not letting fear control your actions. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of the unknown can all hold you back from reaching your potential. But when you truly believe in yourself, you learn to embrace fear as a natural part of the process rather than something to avoid. Harvey faced fear throughout his journey, but he didn't let it stop him. Instead, he used it as motivation to push forward, knowing that the rewards of success were worth the risks. In the end, Steve Harvey's story is a powerful reminder that self-belief is the foundation of success. It's what keeps you going when times are tough. It fuels your perseverance, and it allows you to stay true to your vision. If you want to find your true calling and achieve your goals, start by believing in yourself. When you do, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. Another crucial element in Steve Harvey's journey to finding his true calling was his ability to recognize the importance of taking risks. Too often, people find themselves stuck in a cycle of comfort and security, afraid to step out of their familiar surroundings because of the uncertainty that comes with change. But Steve Harvey's story shows us that without taking risks, growth and success are impossible. The risks he took, both big and small, were essential to his personal and professional development. Harvey's willingness to step into the unknown was a defining factor in his rise to success. At various points in his life, he had to make decisions that seemed risky or uncertain, such as leaving his steady job as a shoe salesman to pursue a career in comedy. For many, this would have seemed like a reckless decision, but Harvey knew that without taking that leap, he would never discover his true potential. He didn't have a guaranteed path to success, and he didn't know exactly where his journey would lead. But he understood that if he didn't take the risk, he would never know what could have been. This mindset is critical for anyone seeking to find their true calling. If you want something different, you must be willing to take the risks that will get you there. Taking risks also means being willing to face failure. It's easy to avoid risks when you fear the possibility of failure, but Steve Harvey teaches us that failure is not the end of the road. It's a part of the process. In fact, some of his most significant breakthroughs came after he experienced failure, whether it was being rejected by comedy clubs or facing financial struggles. Harvey didn't let failure define him. Instead, he used it as an opportunity to learn and grow. He understood that each failure was simply a stepping stone toward success. And it was through these experiences that he built the resilience necessary to keep moving forward. Harvey also teaches us that taking risks often involves a level of discomfort. Success doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone. It comes from pushing past your fears and embracing the challenges that come with trying something new. For Steve Harvey, this meant performing stand-up comedy in front of small, sometimes hostile crowds, and later taking on major television hosting gigs that put him in the spotlight. Each of these risks brought his own set of challenges, but they also provided invaluable experiences that shaped his career. The discomfort he faced along the way was a sign that he was growing, and it was through this growth that he found his true calling. Moreover, taking risks requires faith in the process. When Harvey took risks, he didn't have a clear blueprint for success. He didn't know exactly how things would turn out, but he had faith that his efforts would eventually pay off. This belief in the process, even when the outcome was uncertain, is a critical part of the journey. Without it, the fear of failure would have been too great to overcome. Harvey's willingness to take risks was rooted in his deep understanding that success is not always immediate, but with persistence and faith, the right opportunities will eventually arise. Finally, Steve Harvey's story teaches us that taking risks is not just about career decisions, it's also about personal growth. Every risk Harvey took helped him learn more about himself, his strengths, and his potential. It forced him to confront his fears, push past his limits, and become the person he needed to be in order to achieve his dreams. The risks he took were not just about achieving external success. They were about discovering who he truly was and what he was capable of. In conclusion, Steve Harvey's journey shows us that taking risks is an essential part of finding your true calling. It's through taking risks that we break free from our comfort zones, face our fears, and discover what we're truly capable of. While taking risks can be daunting, it's often the very thing that leads us to the success and fulfillment we desire. If you want to find your true calling, you must be willing to take risks, because without them, you'll never know what could have been. Steve Harvey's journey to discovering his true calling is a powerful reminder of the importance of persistence. Throughout his life, Harvey faced numerous challenges and setbacks, but it was his unwavering determination to keep going that ultimately led him to success. His story teaches us that success is not about avoiding failure or achieving immediate results. It's about continuing to push forward, no matter how difficult the road may seem. Persistence is the force that drives you to keep moving forward when everything around you is telling you to stop. For Steve Harvey, this meant continuing to pursue his dreams even when he faced rejection after rejection. He didn't allow the obstacles in his path to define him. Instead, he used them as motivation to keep working harder, improving his craft and refining his approach. In fact, Harvey faced years of struggle before he achieved the level of success that many people now associate with his name. He was rejected by countless comedy clubs, struggled to make ends meet, and even lived in his car at one point. Yet, through all of these hardships, he never gave up. He understood that persistence was the key to unlocking his true potential. The power of persistence lies in its ability to transform setbacks into opportunities for growth. Every failure Harvey experienced was a lesson that helped him become better at his craft. He didn't see failure as a reason to quit. He saw it as a stepping stone towards success. This mindset is crucial for anyone pursuing their dreams. It's easy to become discouraged when things aren't going according to plan, but persistence allows you to keep going even when the path is unclear. Harvey's story teaches us that success doesn't happen overnight and it doesn't come without challenges. The key is to stay focused on your goals and keep moving forward, even when the journey feels long and uncertain. Persistence also requires resilience, the ability to bounce back from failure and keep going. Harvey's ability to maintain his focus and stay committed to his goals, despite the many obstacles he faced, is a testament to his resilience. He didn't let the setbacks he encountered break him. Instead, he used them to fuel his determination. Resilience is what allows you to keep going when the going gets tough. It's the inner strength that helps you overcome challenges and keep pushing forward no matter how difficult the circumstances. Moreover, persistence is not just about continuing to work hard, it's about working smart. Steve Harvey didn't just keep trying the same thing over and over again. He learned from his failures and adapted his approach. Persistence means being willing to adjust your strategy, to learn from your mistakes, and to keep evolving in the face of adversity. Harvey understood that success required more than just hard work. It required the ability to adapt, grow, and innovate. His persistence was not just about doing more, it was about doing better. In addition, persistence is fueled by passion and purpose. Harvey's unwavering commitment to his dreams was driven by a deep sense of purpose. He knew that he was meant for something greater, and this belief kept him going even when the odds were stacked against him. Passion is the fuel that keeps you moving forward when things get tough. When you are deeply passionate about your goals, you are more likely to keep going even when faced with setbacks. Harvey's passion for comedy and entertainment was what kept him going, even when he was living in his car and struggling to get his big break. In conclusion, Steve Harvey's story teaches us that persistence is one of the most powerful keys to success. It's not about avoiding failure or achieving instant results. It's about continuing to move forward no matter how many obstacles you face. Persistence allows you to turn setbacks into opportunities for growth, and it gives you the strength to keep going when the road gets tough. If you want to achieve your dreams and find your true calling, you must be willing to persist, to stay focused on your goals, and to keep moving forward even when the journey is difficult. One of the most transformative lessons from Steve Harvey's journey is the importance of embracing your purpose and passion. Harvey's story teaches us that true fulfillment doesn't come from following a predetermined path or from chasing external markers of success. It comes from understanding who you are and aligning your life with your deepest passions. When you discover what you're truly meant to do, everything in your life begins to fall into place. For Steve Harvey, his purpose was always tied to his love for comedy and entertainment. From a young age, he had a natural talent for making people laugh, but it took years of struggle and self-discovery before he realized that this passion was his true calling. Early in his career, he tried various jobs and career paths, but none of them brought him the satisfaction he was looking for. It wasn't until he fully embraced his passion for comedy that he began to see the success he had always dreamed of. Harvey's story is a powerful reminder that when you align your actions with your purpose, you unlock a sense of fulfillment and motivation that is impossible to replicate through any other means. When you live in alignment with your purpose, you are no longer working just for the sake of working. Every effort becomes meaningful because it is connected to something greater than yourself. For Steve Harvey, this meant putting in the long hours, facing rejection, and persevering through the hard times because he knew that comedy was his calling. Even when he struggled financially and faced numerous setbacks, he kept going because he was driven by a deeper sense of purpose. This kind of motivation is powerful because it comes from within. It's not reliant on external rewards or validation. It's fueled by the belief that you are doing exactly what you are meant to do. Finding your purpose is not always easy, and it often requires self-reflection, trial and error, and a willingness to face the unknown. Harvey's journey wasn't smooth. He had to take risks, fail, and learn from his mistakes before he truly found his place in the world. But it was through this process that he was able to discover what he was meant to do. And once he found that purpose, everything changed. His career took off, and he was able to achieve the success and fulfillment that had previously seemed out of reach. This lesson about purpose extends beyond career. It speaks to every area of life. When you are connected to your true purpose, you approach challenges with a sense of clarity and direction. You are no longer swayed by distractions or external pressures. Instead, you stay focused on what matters most to you. This clarity gives you the strength to make difficult decisions, take bold actions, and stay true to your path, even when things get tough. Steve Harvey's journey also teaches us that finding your purpose requires patience and trust in the process. There is no magic formula for success, and the road to discovering your true calling is often winding and unpredictable. But through perseverance and a willingness to stay open to new experiences, you will eventually find the path that feels right for you. Harvey's story is proof that success doesn't come from trying to fit into someone else's mold. It comes from discovering who you are, what you love, and pursuing that with everything you have. In the end, embracing your purpose and passion is one of the most powerful ways to live a fulfilled and meaningful life. Steve Harvey's success was not built on external validation or fleeting accomplishments. It was built on his commitment to his passion for comedy and entertainment. When you align your life with your true calling, you unlock a deep sense of fulfillment that drives you to keep going, even when the journey is challenging. So if you want to find your true calling and live a life of purpose, take the time to reflect on what you truly love and what makes you feel alive. When you find that, everything else will follow.